coming to you from the Sacred Valley in Peru. It's said that the Earth's kundalini moves every 13,000 years, and used to be in Tibet, and in the last 50, 60, 70 years now, it has since moved to the Andes Mountains. So it's sort of near where I am right now. And it's stirring all of this in me, this knowing that, there is an Earth's kundalini, and there is kundalini in our bodies, and it's actually no different. The two are not separate, and they can't be separated. Right, and so as the Earth's kundalini starts to move, and when it moves, there is a shift in consciousness. There always is. There has to be. As it moves from one part of the world to another, it sort of brings this potential for liberation, for transmutation, for whatever it is that we're wanting. As the kundalini moves through the body, through the earth, it liberates, right? And so it might stir things up and feel really sticky and really maybe like the world is falling apart. Your life is falling apart. What it's doing is it's sort of like it's like a snake shedding its skin, right? So it's like kind of it gets, sometimes some snakes sort of shed the skin on their eyes as well. And so right before the shedding, there's this like cloudiness, this murkiness, this sort of terror, right? And it's said at those times, snakes are more often attacking people, right? Because they're sort of on the defense. Anyhow. So as the kundalini is moving through our bodies, we're sort of, and through the earth, we are shedding, we're releasing, right? And it's an incredibly powerful time. And this force is ultimately interested in our liberation. It's interested in evolution. It's interested in bringing wholeness, right? This idea, this is a creative energy. This idea that the universe, the God, the cosmos, whatever you want to call it, is constantly giving birth to itself, to know itself, right? That's why we're here. And so the kundalini knows this. It has this, and you know this, right? There's this part in your body that knows that there is a force within me that is constantly evolving, constantly creating, and that is the most powerful force on the planet. The camera's a little shaky. It's the kundalini. So I want to teach you or share with you a practice today from the taoist tantric arts that really allows the kundalini to move through the body and awakens it in this really powerful way. It involves shaking. So it's really the whole practice. We're just going to shake, right? And the power of this practice, it doesn't come, you can't just stand there and just start shaking, right? We're going to draw the energy up from the earth. So we're going to draw the kundalini from deep, deep, deep below the earth, up into your body, right? Up into your bones, through your blood, through your muscles, through every part, little by little. Now, the key to this, there's all kinds of practices where we can shake and do all these things. But the one key to this practice is you want to feel the shake come from the center of the earth. Right? Because your kundalini and the kundalini of the earth are not separate. They are the same, they are intertwined, they are dependent on each other. And so this practice, what I want you to do is really connect to that force, right? And you might not feel it right away, but it's this sort of pulsating, the kundalini earth is like primal, raw, and it's a feminine force, but maybe not in the way that we typically think of it as. Feminine in the way that it's wild. Completely wild, untamed, primal. It's sort of it's raw, right? So it's kind of, as it moves through the chakras, it gets a bit more refined. Now, refined isn't better. Some of us think this is the case, but it's not, right? And so, but we're going to move it through the body. So we're going to move it up into the rest of the body so that we can actually use this energy for whatever it is that we want to be creating in our lives and in the world. And it's also a way to honor this energy. So to bow to the earth, to bow to this incredible force that we are birthed from, that we will return to, this force that turns the planet, that turns the seasons, that makes flowers bloom. This is an incredible force. And so the practice we're doing, I'm going to guide you through it step by step, but It's a very simple practice, but this is the most important thing, that you feel it come from in the earth. And then you let it rise through your body. And you don't push it, and you don't sort of like go into the shake just to go into the shake. You let it come. You let it come from below your feet. Now, the reason that this is so important is that when you create from this place, when you direct your energy into anything, your family, your job, your art, whatever it is, right? If it can come from this place deep in the earth, it has a certain power to it that is unstoppable. And it has an alignment with your soul, so that anything you choose to direct your energy towards will be in alignment with you, with your highest good, and with the good of all. This is the power of the kundalini. If we don't let this power rise and let ourselves create from this place, we get fucking exhausted. I'm sorry. We get exhausted. We get angry. We start to feel resentful because our energy is coming just from our finite selves. When we let it come from the earth, when we let it come from the kundalini of the earth, we are connected suddenly to the entire universe and to the earth, to this incredible reservoir, this unlimited potential, right? And this evolutionary force. So, you ready? Here we go. And so beginning with the feet about shoulder width apart. This is ideally done on the earth, barefooted. Knees bent slightly, so that you can really feel the tailbone drop down towards the center of the earth. So lengthening the low back, relaxing the pelvic floor just slightly, letting the spine, vertebrae stack. And then you're going to begin to feel for that pulse in the center of the planet, that pulse in the center of the earth, that primordial, pulsing kundalini force below your feet. And as you begin to feel it, take your time. You might begin to shake. And beginning with the ankles, allowing this energy to move up into the ankles. And so shaking the ankles. Eventually the energy might rise up into the knees, so bouncing the knees. And feeling this vibrant kundalini force rising up from below your feet, maybe even moving now into your hips, letting the hips shake front and back, feeling every inhale, allowing more of this energy to rise up into your body, maybe lifting your arms up, out to the sides. Every inhale, drawing more of this potent life force in. And every exhale, releasing anything stuck, stagnant. Raising the arms up overhead, allowing the shake to rise through the torso, the heart, the arms, and all the way up over the head. Feeling the vibrancy as you inhale and draw more of this delicious life force energy into your body, into the bones, opening the jaw, maybe sticking out the tongue, letting your whole body shake, letting the teeth shake, the head, the neck, the shoulders. And letting yourself go freestyle now, letting the whole body shake, side to side, front and back. Feeling this wave, this current move you. Still feeling inhales, sucking this energy up through the soles of the feet, into the legs, the hips, the torso, the shoulders, the arms, the head. Breathing it in with each inhale, exhaling to release down into the earth, and slowly unwinding, letting the shake get smaller and smaller and smaller till it's just a tiny vibration, and then stillness, feeling the echo of this shake through the body. Placing your hands right below the belly button, spiraling this energy from all the different corners of your being into this spot right below the belly button. Gathering, circling with your hands around this spot. This is your treasure chest, your lower dantian. This is where all this delicious kundalini can be stored to be used later for healing, for transmutation, for liberation and manifestation. And bringing the hands into stillness, just feeling. So this is a practice that you can do ideally in the morning to get your energy sort of lifted and vibrant and moving. You can do it for as long as you like. It's always a good idea to store the energy at the end, the lower dantian, the spot right below the belly button, just to hold the energy, contain the energy in your body, in your system, to be used for whatever it needs. So when we store energy at that location, then it can be used for healing, for transformation, for manifestation, for whatever it is that we want to be creating in our lives. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to learn more about my offerings and what I bring into the world and what I'm creating, you can visit NicoleNardoni.com.